Okay, this is August the 4th, 2010. This is my little raised garden that I just started this year outside of my regular garden. I got a row of beans which are climbing already, and there's my water hose. Hi, Mr. Water Hose. And looking down here, I got a squash here, zucchini, cucumber plant, a cucumber plant. This is a yellow squash. This is another squash beside it, the zucchini. Then a cucumber plant, and a zucchini squash, or yellow. Maybe the two yellows are on the end and the two zucchini are in the middle, right there. But anyway, there's my beans growing. In the background there, hey, look at my flowers. These are my wild flowers. And there were a bunch of them in there earlier this year, but the weeds kind of took over. And plus they'll help enrich the soil next year and kept the dirt from sliding over the hill. There's my tomatoes, right there. I have a bunch of tomatoes. We've done well with our tomatoes as far as canning. It's a little dark tonight because of heavy overcast, but there's my tomatoes. Very pretty tomatoes. Okay, that's my tomatoes. Did I say those were my tomatoes? Oh, okay, I guess I did. This row with the fence was my cucumbers, and they didn't do well this year. We got some cucumbers off of them, but they kind of died off there. There's a couple way out there. And this is my remains of my squash, first pickings. Had a row of yellow squash and a row of zucchini. This is my sweet corn that didn't do anything. It had some, but they didn't develop very good. But looky here. This is my 3-row of beans. There's one row there. And look down through here. My goodness, look how tall they've grown. Look at that, they're still flowering. And I don't know if you can see them beans right there. See them beans? There's some beans there we're getting ready to pick. Okay, then you come over here. This is my 3rd row of beans. Well, look how tall they've grown. They've grown and just produced and produced, and we've given beans away, we've eaten beans, we've canned a bunch of quarts of beans, but they've really, really done well. The secret this year to my garden is I tilled it. Now I put fertilizer on it and some lime. Then these beans I grew from pots. I planted my beans in styrofoam cups with topsoil compost mixed, which I purchased, and planted them in that. Left for 2 weeks, came back, and they were like 8 to 9 inches tall. And then I transplanted them into my garden, and they've done very well. My tomatoes did very well this year. Very little blight. I had maybe 4 with the rot stop in it, and I didn't do rot stop this year. I just let them grow, suckered them very little, but kept the ground tilled, and I watered them maybe twice. We didn't have much rain here in the last few weeks, but you can see the leaves dying at the bottom, but they're still producing very good. And there's my pretty little flowers. Those aren't flowers, that's my garden. I'm sorry. I was headed to my flowers thinking, looky here, looky there. These are flowers. These are flowers that my mother called naked ladies. They come up in the spring as a green shrub. And that green shrub, it just leafy, doesn't get very big. But looky here, after the leaves die off, and you don't see any leaves on the ground around the plants at all. But these are called naked ladies. And then this stem comes up out of the ground and this beautiful flower appears on the end. There's some making their way up to bloom. And on this side, for some reason, I want you to see, there's a little bud there coming up. There's one there. Let me get down here. That's what they look like. And there's one just barely coming up out of the ground. And there's some over here. These are what my mother called naked ladies. And I know they're some kind of a flower, but they're not. To me, they'll always be the naked ladies. And this raised garden over here produced, such wonderful, wonderful cucumbers. It hasn't finished yet, but there's a little guy there. He's growing, still growing. And there's some yellow banana peppers within the weeds. I couldn't trim my weeds because my cucumbers have attached themselves to the weeds, and if I pull the weeds, it'll kill my cucumber plants. These cucumber plants have passed on. I have some tomato plant over there, and bell pepper plant, which has done excellent this year. And as you can see, I still have some banana peppers here. So, for the year 2010, my garden's done very well. There it is. And I thank you for tuning in. I'm going to try this because I don't know how it'll work, but I'm going to turn around and let you see me. See if it works. So I don't know whether you can see me or not, but this was my garden. Haha. 2010. Yeehaw! Lots of canning done. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. There's my garden.